So would you guys have expected that, for me to just straight up ult the wave and then force her to take tower aggro? Like, no cap. It's really easy to play Orianna. Yes? Okay, you guys would have expected that? Fuck. I lose more HP to minions than I do to him with that Q. Wait, how do you understand how game works at a foundational level? It's just understanding how, like, mechanics and, like, the game is meant to be played. It can be hard to understand how that works, because when you learn League of Legends, there is no, like, tutorial or, like, nobody tells you how to play the game. It's just playing games and then going from there to the next game. But once you understood how, like, things are connected and, like, what your purpose is as a champion or, like, as a role and how they're connected, then it makes it easier to make decisions because you're now working towards a purpose. Because, like, right now, I'm in a Seraphin matchup, right? And a Seraphin matchup, I can basically just free farm and scale, and whoever has the better, like, win con in the mid to late game just wins automatically. So, like, when I look at the team comps, who is a better scaling team comp? We have a Vayne, Ori, and a Kindred. So, if the game goes to mid to late, we basically win. So, the only way that the enemy team actually has a chance at winning this game is if they win early through Kha'Zix. So, as long as I deny Kha'Zix the chance to snowball, then it's very, very easy to win this game. So, Kha'Zix gets first blood. Unlucky. Like, that is what we had to avoid if we wanted to, like, play this game perfectly. Because they really lack damage. They have a Seraphin Sona. So, like, if we team fight at, like, 10 minutes plus, it's like, how do they win? He says this Kha'Zix gets first blood. Yeah, it's unlucky. Alright, so at this point, I'm just going to go and crash this because it's a cannon wave. If you're a mid laner and you struggle with reset timers, this is the easiest thing you can do to actually improve your gameplay. Cannon wave is the hardest wave for people to punish you on. So if I reset on a cannon wave, you do it typically sooner. It's very difficult for the enemy to actually punish you. Because the tower takes 7 tower shots to kill cannon. So not only does it absorb a ton of damage, it just gives you a bunch of time to get back to lane. And then they also had to push an extra lane. So I leave lane here, I get a reset, and I'm going to end up losing maybe 1 or 2 minions max. Had I done it prior to that, then I would have lost basically nothing. Yo, Pine, thank you very much for the follow, friend. Jesus. I can also trade you Ori coaching, but I'm not as good as you. This is how you get 10 CS per minute. Yeah, like, if you're constantly leaving your lane, like, roam timers are... My definition of a roam timer is when you can leave lane without losing anything at all. And the only way you can create scenarios like that is through, like, by playing actively. So you have to create those situations for yourself. You can't just randomly leave in the middle of a lane, because otherwise you're going to end up losing, like, 6 or 7 minions. And 12 minions is equivalent to 1 kill. So you have to understand that if you're missing CS randomly for no reason, you're basically just putting yourself behind. I think I have 1... Alright, so Kha'Zix is dead right now, which means we can't get punished for this, so we're just going to play as aggressive as possible. We just got to make sure we don't get hit by Seraphin ult, and we're fine. Excuse the noodle duck, she's drunk. Is she actually? Also, cannon minion takes 8 hits from tower to be last hit, 3 from melee, 11 tower shots equal, gives you time to reset before cannon as well. Yeah, and like, if you reset on the cannon, they have to push 2 waves. They have to kill a cannon wave, and then they have to push the next wave, so it's like... How do you win there? You can't. It's so hard for people to wave clear without, like, having shit tons of damage. So at this point, like, Kindred has to farm camps, so what we're gonna do is instead of, like, perma-pushing for priority and, like, pressure on the map, we're gonna let her push into us to create a gank angle. Like, she has to reset here or she just loses, so... We're just gonna push her off the wave, and because she did that whole thing, she actually just dies here. I don't even know what she's doing. Like, that's... This is a Grandmaster player literally just killing herself. I don't get it. Now, I could have just let that wave push into me and froze it. But the reason why I'm clearing that is because I want to get an extra item. And I don't have to use my futures market to do it. I don't think she was thinking it through. I'll be honest, people really disrespect Orianna. Like, you can straight up, on Ori, once you have, like, Lost Chapter, you can QW somebody, and then ult them and QW again, and you have almost, like, 80% kill chance if they're lower than 80% health. People never expect, like, the... Well, I'm dead here, 100%. People never expect you to go for extended trades. I got fucked so hard by the Bush AI here. So I put the ward down, and then the vision ward denied me vision. Because otherwise, I think I would have just killed her there, like 100%. So we had a general idea. But we're forced to TP here, because otherwise the wave is going to be frozen on me. So to not miss out on, like, 16 minions, I have to teleport here. I've got Lulu in the area, so it's fine for me to play really aggro here. True, honestly, I would not expect Ori to ult me at full HP there. Yeah. And, like, the more you play Orianna, the more you realize, like, your damage potential. Obviously, one of the easiest things you can do as a mid laner to, like... And it's hard for Orianna specifically, because she's not technically, like, an assassin. But any other champion, like Syndra, Lux, Vex... You can always have, like, a notepad or a sticky note for, like, what your maximum damage combo is. And then it's really just, like, looking at a piece of paper and knowing, like, can I do this or not? Because if you know what your kill thresholds are, you'll always play, like, better. Honestly, though, that last shot was going to kill that. It was. It's just I got charmed. We don't know where Kha'Zix is right now, but we do have pretty decent vision control. She has to come up for this cannon, so we're just gonna go ahead and play aggro.
My god, he's a
But I'm totally fine just holding the wave here. I don't think she's in anything she can actually do here, so... There's no way she's roaming bottom, there's no way she's roaming top, so... I'm just gonna hold the wave and make it harder for her to last hit if she stays. It's like, what is she gonna recall for? She's already been reset in the last, like, minute or so. So, would you guys have expected that, for me to just straight up ult the wave and then force her to take tower aggro? Like, no cap. It's really easy to play Orianna. Yes? Okay, you guys would have expected that? Fuck. Seraphin's not having a good time. I'm not having a good time either. If you guys are interested in learning mid lane, Legit Korea literally streams like 15 hours a day. Like, he may be branded as an RE1 trick, because he is, but he's really good at, like, almost every champion he plays. I was expecting to back off once you flash, but he's an idiot. I mean, I guess so. So here, what we're going to do here is we're going to leave the ball on the floor. And then we're going to have her walk into it and just ult her. But the thing is, we know Graves is above us right now, so... I can't really go for this play. Oh, they're actually getting bailed out. That's crazy. Unless Kha'Zix is rage quitting, it's possible. Okay, well. We did fulfill our goal, which was ulting her by leaving the ball on the floor. Graves is top right now, so there's really nobody who can kill us here, so we're just gonna go and take plates. Sivir, Sona are missing. I don't think either of those people can kill me right now with my phase rush. Man, the way you and Siggy play Ori makes me want to play Ori now. Ori's such a fun champion. Like, I've been an Ori main for a long time, but during Season 10 or whatever, Ori was basically a 48% win rate, and it was Hecarim Udyr meta. The game was literally just unplayable for the longest time, so I just stopped playing it. But it's always been one of my favorite champions. But if you have Hecarim with Ori, then you just auto-win, to be honest. Alright, so we're gonna have to wait, honestly, at this point. So, like, grand scheme of things, do I have enough money to buy a major item spike? The answer is yes. But the other thing you have to ask yourself, is there anything currently happening on the map that requires me to have an item spike? The next objective is Rift Herald in 26 seconds, and the next dragon is 3 minutes. So if we're not playing for tier 2 Rift, then it doesn't really matter if I reset on that exact timer. But it's always really good to just have a, like, the most amount of power possible in solo queue. So, like, finding opportunities to reset and spend your money is a really important skill set. When you go Ludens, it's a very specific use case. Like, this game, Ludens isn't bad at all this game. Like, it's actually really good into every single one of these champions. The issue is that if I can't upfront one-shot them with Ludens, then they're just gonna outshield it with the Sona and the Seraphin. So I'm just playing for more of a consistent DPS. Because it just takes them one MR item to mitigate all that magic resist. Also, I forgot to swap my trinket like 6 levels ago. Right now we're just kind of working on stacking Archangels. Alright, so we see 2 people bottom, we see 1 mid, we're missing 2 on the map. Graves topside. I hate the game. Oh, dude, if I had done it like half a second sooner, she would have been dead. Okay, well, we're gonna go play for a Rift, why not? Are we playing for this or not? Okay. Any advice for Orianna support main trying to climb to diamond? Don't play support Orianna, please. You know what? I kind of need to stay here for Sork boots, so. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just sell the C-pot. Whatever.
My god, he's a simp.
Unlucky. I kind of want the C-pot because, XT free mana, but. Alright, so from this point onwards, we don't lose to a single one of them side lanes, so these are the kind of games as Orianna where it's basically unlosable. The only issue I have with Orianna is when you're forced to side lane into a losing jungle matchup or losing, like, side lane. But when you are in this kind of game, like, it's so fucking hard to lose. Like, it is incredibly difficult to lose in this particular matchup. Because we have a winning Shadow, it's not even like Kha'Zix can kill me if I have vision. And then their solo lane can't do shit. What the fuck? Where did he go? If she had ulted me there, I would have just insta-gibbed myself. I hate Leandra's burn so much. It's okay, we're just getting a bunch of gold for free right now. What if it's 80 Ahri bot? I've been seeing a lot of Ahri bottom lately. Like, a ton. I just got griefed by Krug. Alright, so we don't want to die to Kha'Zix here and give over a 500 gold shutdown, so. It's already greedy enough to stay for that wave in the first place with no vision. But itemization-wise here, they're not building any magic resist besides Craves, so I don't need to go Void Staff. I'm just going to go and opt for... I have two options here. It's either defensive item to make sure I'm literally unkillable, or I go Rabadons to make sure the game's like insta-over if I ever land a single combo. And I'm going to opt for Rabadons. Like, we already have enough damage to where Zhonya's would be a more consistent item choice, but I always believe that you should play for Dopamine as a mid laner. Alex and Nima, thanks for the follow, guys. Wow, we got soloed. So, it would actually be better for me to go top right now because I could actually siege these two towers. Because Graves is ranged into Aatrox. So it's a really big mistake that I went bottom here instead. I should have just went top. Alright, it's not too late to correct our mistake. I watched this really cool Orianna main called Siggy, and he normally doesn't go Blue Trinket. Can you tell me why you like Blue Trinket? Yeah, so the reason why you go Blue Trinket on mid and ADC primarily is because this is what allows you to retake control of objectives. So, Warding Totem Sweeper, they're all great things, but if you're trying to retake control of an objective that you've lost control of, you can't just face check bushes and risk getting one shot as a low mobility mage. So using blue to gain vision control and then using that vision control to retake is pretty much the best thing you can do as a ADC or mid. Because if you're ever approaching Baron or Dragon without vision, you're just coin flipping the game. Now, I kind of just need Kindred to shadow me and we win the game if we play 2v2. We are high mobility mage. I mean, only a phase rush. But why even risk it in the first place, right? You should always put yourself in a situation where it's like impossible to lose. Because even giving them the opportunity to get an engage on you is like the problem. Okay, well, we could just wait on dragons, but... I have to wait for my team to actually get pressure on the map. What are your thoughts on heal and clarity? Is that a real question? Or are you just saying it for fun? Okay, well, we're 400 gold on Rabadon, so... I'm super overextended, but their team comp is so shit that it doesn't matter. We're just gonna check to see if Kha'Zix is over the wall. It's actually a really good Baron timer right now. Okay, well... How about we just go siege mid at this point, fuck it. Just kidding, I don't even think we can do it into wave clear from Seraphin. It's like, getting Baron at least gives us siege potential, and then we can use that to take Cloud Drake and then take bottom or mid, tier 2. Alright, so we got Rabadons, we're literally like Omega spiked. We'll buy a pink ward for good measure if we can. Interesting. I'm gonna try and outplay the 2v3, or the 1v3. I completely outplayed myself, more like. If I had ran up to my Kindred, it would have been completely fine. I just didn't look at my minimap. I'm kind of low-key surprised that we're even struggling, but I guess they do just have a shit ton of... We have no anti-heal into a Son of Seraphin right now. Alright, really well played from our team. Wow, they actually just ran into me while I was clearing waves. I guess I could have just actually just killed them the whole time here. I thought the fight was over because I was TPing, but they literally just kept fighting us. Like, the game's actually over now. Hello, Mr. Zianni. In games you're Vex stomping, what are your good 5th, 6 items? It's really just whatever item you didn't get the chance to build, so like Rabadons or Zhonya's or Void Staff. My core 3 items typically are Shadow Flame, Ludens, and Zhonya's, and then it's just like Rabadon's Void, Rabadon's Banshees. And of course your 6th item is Boots, so... You know, she only has 43 MR, and I still feel like I should be able to one-shot her like that. Yeah, but this is really good decision making for our team. Like, we've already taken double inhibitors, so just playing it through top means it's like unlosable. What do you think of Cosmic Drive and Orianna? Is Sigye still here? Sigye, can you answer this question? Like, in terms of what Cosmic Drive is, like, the stats really just don't matter. In my opinion. Like, Seraph solves your mana problems, gives you a ton of ability haste, and then you have Leandri's for extended DPS damage. Cosmic gives you move speed, but you already have Phase Rush, and you already have Dissonance. So it kind of just feels like overkill, because you don't need that mobility anymore. To that point, you could just itemize like straight raw damage, since you already have so much utility in the first place. Pretty good being productive as fuck. Nice, man. I hate smoke screens so much. Anyways, thanks for watching this YouTube video. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.